There we go. Hi, everybody. Welcome back to my platform. And those of you that are new, welcome to my platform. My name is Astraea Love, and I'm going to do a reading for you guys today. I feel like kind of winded or out of breath. That could be relevant to this reading. Somebody's trying to exhaust somebody. I'm going to just type in the chat some Psalms that I'm going to recommend for dealing with this type of warfare. Okay. Psalm 91. Psalm 140 and Psalm 59. Okay, so those three I think will help a lot with, and then also Psalm 129, because that is the cord cutting. And the other ones are really good for spiritual warfare, which is what we're going to be talking about today. Now, spiritual warfare, it'll come in different types of ways. All right, so we're calling upon the Most High God and the Holy Spirit. We're asking that the Most High God, the Holy Spirit, Jesus Christ, and the Ascended Masters, including our spiritual team of highest light and resonance, the spiritual court system, the Galactic Federation of Light, and any other Ascended Masters that are present or with us at this time or relevant to the situation. We're asking that there be a divine intervention done upon our energy and upon this spiritual warfare that was sent last night. This attack. God, please remove all curse and all hex energy off this platform, off of my work, off of my life, and then for my collective as well. And we're calling upon the Archangel, specifically Archangel Michael, to rebuke these people, to return them their energy, and to bring back on them what they deserve. All the spiritual warfare that they were sending to hurt and harm us, we ask that God send it back to them, and that they be put up under judgment for that. And we're eternally grateful for your favor, Heavenly Source, and for your unfailing love. Thank you for blessing me and my subscribers. And thank you for healing the sick and creating miracles in your holy name, Lord my God. I give gratitude and thanks. I pray into thy holy presence and meditate upon your divine will. Amen. Okay, so by watching my videos, you guys are agreeing to the contract of being in control of yourself, being responsible for yourself, and with any of the information being channeled, please be on your best behavior because the Most High God is watching. Welcome in, Varying Redbeard and Nisare. I hope you guys are having a good day. So yeah, just being responsible for your guys' selves. If any of the information comes out that you feel resonates, make sure you take that information to a professional in the field of the advice of the information before you apply said advice to your life. That's just being responsible. Now, again, no spiritual warfare, no energy attacks, no evil eye, no energy harvesting, and no witchcraft on this platform, or I guess any of my platforms. Okay, so let's give us a shuffle. Make sure you guys like the video. And again, I apologize if I keep repeating to like the video. It's just, I don't know when new people are coming in. I mean, I can kind of see when the numbers go up and down with like, I have like a little widget thing that's got like a little person. And I'm assuming that that's probably the people that are watching or subscribed. And then I have the one that shows me how many people have liked the video. So if you guys enjoy my content, consider giving me a like. And again, I apologize if I continue to repeat myself with that. I'm really not trying to annoy anybody. I just really need to get the likes up, okay, on this platform. I should be getting at least 50 likes per video. So these people are pissed off because they're like, I'm literally picking up on people that they send the witchcraft through the internet. They predominantly send witchcraft through the internet. And this is enough. This spiritual warfare is not warranted. None of you have ever done anything to this person to warrant them using spiritual psalms and prayers and evil spirits. And I'm not even going to say jinn because I don't necessarily pick up that it's jinn, but somebody's using a dark goddess energy and they keep feeding this entity, and this entity keeps feeding this person. It's like a symbiotic relationship that this person and this entity have. And this entity is not a goddess. Like, it says it's a goddess, but and this is why you guys need to use your discernment and intuition when you're communicating with something outside of yourself and you're not using the Most High God as an intermediary, like a middleman between the two. Because for most of you, your spirit guides will actually be the ones delivering you the messages, because they're not going to allow some other entity to get close to you to basically blow smoke up your ass. If you don't know what that means, blowing smoke up your ass, it just, all it means is to bullshit somebody, like to trick them, to fool them, to make them believe. Oh, that's water. To make them believe something that's just not true. Okay. And these entities think that this shit is funny, that because it's so easy to trick mankind, they really think that it's funny. It's not funny, though. Anybody having to go through spiritual warfare for no reason, just because you guys are light workers, that's unacceptable. And I don't even believe that there's a war going on between dark and light. I just feel like the humans on this planet keep creating war and violence, and destruction, basically. So I pray that these people, this person, whoever's sending this shit out, gets taken out by the shit that they're sending out. Because that's what would be fair, to be honest. If we're fair. Oh, thank you, Gagan. I wish that you have a good day as well. To be fair. So let's cut the deck and see what we have here. I mean, what I think is going to come out is that you've got somebody that's sending something through the internet. You've also got somebody that's trying to send something to your house. Now, what I'm getting is that you guys could have had something that was in your house that was cursed or haunted, but you've done something to either cleanse that energy, or you've removed this item altogether. Or it could have just been that you cleaned a room, like a bedroom, a bathroom, a closet, something. Like you guys would, you know how cleanliness is next to godliness? That is actually true. Demons and entities, they cannot stand being around a clear space because it kind of leaves them wide open for us to pick up on their energy. So you could have just cleansed your house or cleansed a room in your house or whatever, and it's gotten rid of whatever these spirits are. But these spiritual beings, I don't even want to call them spiritual beings, they're entities. But they're not dead people. They're like some type of lower vibrational thing that people worship. And the thing is that these people are calling upon like a Hecate or, you know, some other type of being, and they're not getting Hecate. They're getting a demonic entity that's saying that it's Hecate. So that's why I said people are easily fooled. So I'm getting that somebody keeps calling on something, and because you have cleaned your house or you've moved things around or you've done something, right, to like cleanse your space, these beings can't get back in, and they're freaking livid. Like they're trying to come in now through the dream state, and they can't get in that way either. So, you know, the divine is not happy about this. Like the divine realm, your higher self, all of that, is much more powerful than this lower vibrational stuff. Oh, good. Wow. Interesting, Girl Gone. That's very interesting. And you know, you do know, Girl Gone, that some types of voodoo are actually positive. Like there's a type. So when I get attacked with this negative voodoo shit, I use Damballa, which is like, it's like a snake god, to basically counteract. Watch out for, seriously, the freaking archons. I think that these archons take people over. Like they literally do. And this could be the lower thing, because I'm like, it's not a deity. These things will answer when somebody calls out for, like, this is what I was getting. When somebody's calling out for like Hecate, they're getting whatever these dark beings are. They're not actually reaching the deity that they're calling to, because they don't have an association with it. Yeah, they won't like you helping souls move on. Absolutely. But that totally makes sense, you know? And just know that you guys don't have to be afraid of all voodoo. There is positive voodoo that actually heals. In fact, Damballa is a snake god is a snake god / water god of voodoo, aloha type energy that will counteract the black magic in voodoo. So just to know, like that they have different like families in voodoo, and each family that has a different function. And so, yeah, just knowing that. Oh, Tiawa. Wow, that sounds kind of familiar. Interesting. So, yeah, don't be afraid of voodoo. God is more powerful than voodoo, but voodoo can be used to cure people, literally. Thank you, Gagan. I appreciate that so much. I appreciate that so much. I just saw that. Thank you so much. I wonder if it will let me like it. Nope. See, I don't know why it doesn't let me like your guys' comments. This is so weird. If something is still troubling you or your family, that's what I was kind of thinking about, because it seems like there's something, Gagan, that's trying to get in, but it doesn't have access to get into your home anymore. This feels like something that was sent last night. I keep hearing rakshas. I don't know if you know what a raksha is. I don't know what a raksha is. Let me just Google that really quick. Because I've heard that word before, but I don't think I looked it up. What is a raksha? Okay, so raksha is a Sanskrit word that has dual meanings. It means protection, safety, or preservation. It also refers to demons or evil spirits, rakshasas. Hopefully I didn't butcher that. Yeah, okay. So the Rakshasas are in Hindu mythology, often associated with malevolence and shape-shifting. Are they the red-skinned beings? Raksha is also a feminine name that is often given to girls and families that value protection and security. Interesting. Wow. Okay. Raksha means demon, but it also means protection. Wow, those are like so opposite of each other. What the hell? That's so funny. See, you know what? I really like Sanskrit. If you guys don't know, Sanskrit's one of those languages that pretty much they don't create negative words. A shadow of a woman and your boy started seeing her too. Geez, you guys, no way. And she looked like a maiden with a crown. She just watches us. Creepy. Yeah, so I am picking up on something's trying to interfere with your family, Gagan, but I really feel like it's not gaining entrance to your house. You've done something, like you guys have done something to clear out whatever energy that they were attaching to. So now it's like these beings are mega pissed. And another, yeah, so another thing that I'm picking up is that these beings have tried to jump onto somebody that, like, I call it hitchhiking, okay? They tried to jump onto somebody that was coming in your house, but you've either done a Quran prayer or you've done some type of protection, because this entity, even if it latches onto somebody else, it can't come into your house. So this is why they're trying to attack through the dream state. And yeah, I don't know what type of being this is. Give me 1 second. It got kicked out. You did something to kick this thing out, and it was trying to latch into somebody in the house. Now it can't do that, and this thing is livid. I'm having another person look into it, because I don't know what type of spirit this is. So whatever you did to cleanse, it worked. So, so, okay, this energy, it feels like it started a very long time ago. It's been in full effect until just very recently. Now, you had somebody that passed away in your family from a very violent circumstance. I feel your father visits us once or twice a month, and your sister's working. Okay, she goes in the morning and she comes home. Yeah, will they be attacked outside? So I'm asking somebody what type of entity this is so that they can look at it, and we're gonna get rid of it. Um, but this is what I'm picking up is like this entity stems from, I don't know if you had an uncle or it was somebody that had passed away in a violent circumstance. This entity was behind the people that caused that unaliving to happen. And it has been stalking your family ever since that tragedy occurred. And so it was in your house, but it's not in your house anymore. And I feel what I keep picking up on is that its main goal is it wants to take over a very pure female energy. So it could be your sister, it could be your mother. Just depends who is living with you that's a female. And if they're having bad dreams, that's another indication because this thing, I don't know if I want to say it wants to marry this female in your bloodline, whoever you're living with. This entity wants to, like, that's weird, man. It wants to marry this person. It has been there for many years. Yeah, that's what I keep picking up on. And it's like, it's been behind quite a few, like, mishaps happening. Okay. Like, I had some really weird shit happen this morning that I completely lost my temper over. Like, seriously, like a charcoal jumping out of the smudge pot onto the fucking ground and then stepping on it, like, and this crystal singing bowl breaking. So there is an energy that is pissed because it can't get back into the house. And it basically has to be around this person all the time to possess them and mess with them. And so, well, I feel like for some reason your house is now the safest place. Maybe also it could have to do with that priest bringing something. Oh, my right ear just started ringing. That priest bringing something into the house to protect you guys, whatever that cleansing was that you did, it worked. I do feel that this energy can latch onto other people, but I don't Starbucks cups, nice. But I don't think that it can latch onto people in your family like it was able to. And so this thing is really pissed off. I would continue, welcome in fashionista. I would continue to cleanse away this energy because what you're doing is working. Your mother has been affected very much. Okay. And many times the spirit speaks through her. Okay. It could be your mother, and it could also be trying to affect your sister as well. Does your mother live with you, Gagan? If your mother lives with you, then that's most likely it. If your sister lives with you, that's most likely it as well. Okay, they do. Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. Let me see if they got back with me. Okay, you know what? So a person that I just talked to just took care of it right now. So basically, this thing's not going to be able to come back at all. And your sister was diagnosed by cancer. Okay. What do you know what stage it is and what type of cancer is it? I don't know if entities can cause cancer. I think that they can. It was abdominal stage 3, but now she's fine. Okay, thank God. Okay, so yeah, anything that this being was causing, what I'm getting is that, see, I feel that it's not there now. Damn. Okay, so this thing was trying to cause accidents to happen. What I'm picking up is that you guys are gonna be fine. Intestinal. Okay, interesting. Yeah, negative energies can make you sick. Yeah, so what I'm getting, no, it didn't cause cancer. Not that entity. but something that she digested. Oh, no, 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 no. Yeah, it's definitely not. It definitely didn't cause any cancer. But there was something that she digested, that she ate, that caused a very big intestinal block, and something that was being held on to that was stuck in her intestines. I know we talked about clearing, how to clear out the witchcraft from, I think it was your father, whoever had digested that tea. And the Muslim priest said that your health was also affected because of the spirit. Okay, so it could have been something like, I don't know what all exists in Muslim other than jinn. Jinn are the only thing that I've ever heard of. Okay, so this is it. This is why I love having another psychic to bounce things off of. Says some issue in her life has been eating at her for a long time, and it, to me, it feels like a self-worth issue. So she could be not feeling enough about herself. Yeah, it's that negative energy unresolved for a long period of time that caused the cancer. And I do feel like the majority of types of cancer, your mom had taken the tea a long time ago. Okay, I don't know why I was thinking it was your dad. So your sister, um she's had an unresolved solar plexus chakra issue that's gone on for a long time. It has to do with self-worth and being enough. And so, yeah, it's physical negative energy. Exactly. So it's kind of like when you don't get past an issue and you're holding on to a grudge, especially one against yourself, that will actually internalize, and it can start to create what I would call cancer. Because like literally, when you're holding a grudge against yourself or somebody else, it keeps a negative energy in place, and then it'll store it, and it'll just basically continue to spread or expand. Now you got the bumblebee jasper for yourself. I would get one for your sister and possibly for your mother, because that's this one right here, this yellow and gold one. I would get one for them. But what I'm getting is that this spirit that we were talking about is now gone. So we'll see what comes out with the tarot. But yeah, um, it's kind of interesting to me that, well, let's just say that the energy was kind of a trickster energy, not the energy that caused the cancer. That was something that was self-created. So how long will you guys be protected? I'm getting that you guys for this issue with this entity, you're not going to ever have to deal with this entity ever again. We completely got rid of it. But um, with the solar plexus issue, that's something that actually your sister, if she does yoga, there's probably a yoga that focuses around the chakras. She could do different poses that will release that energy that's in her solar plexus chakra, or she could wear the bumblebee jasper, or she could get like a bell or a crystal singing bowl so that she's actively working on that chakra to rebuild it. I do get that you guys are protected. Like what I was seeing was that this thing kept trying to jump from person to person, but you've done something in your house that's like not, it's almost like you put up some type of seal. Maybe your prayers have sealed something, or this could be a higher benevolent being that's intervening on your property, because I'm not getting that there's anything inside the house. And the entity, whatever it was pissed off because it couldn't latch on to you guys anymore. So I feel like you guys should be good, unless there was another unresolved issue that is going on. But I'm sure with this, it's like every time that we work on situations, we're peeling back another layer of that onion. And so sometimes when we heal ourselves, we're pulling back the layers of that onion, and more things come to the surface that we weren't aware of. And so that could very well happen, but I wouldn't be counting on that to happen. I would be putting all of your eggs in the basket of, okay, we are protected, we are safe. Now, that energy that was following the violent death that happened in your family, um, that energy still needs to be uncrossed. So I can do that really quick, because it just feels like a big bunch of extra karma. Okay. You know, I just saw an image of Ganesh in my mind. Yeah, you know what? What it wants, what was it sent by somebody? I feel like this thing, I'm not for sure if it was sent by someone, but I do feel like it was a part of this violent death that happened in your family. In fact, it was okay. How this came into your family's situation, the person that was violently unalived in your family by a group of men, this entity or thing, I don't know what to call it because it's like a shapeshifter, but it was manipulating the men that unalive the person in your family. And so it feels like this thing was coming for your bloodline. And since it had taken out that one person, it was trying to orchestrate like other events that would then take out the other it feels like masculine energies in the family. And then if it couldn't take out the masculines, then it was going to try to possess the feminines. And why this thing thought that the feminines were, the feminines in your family are very, very pure. Yeah, murders, suicides, black magic stuff, accidents. Yeah. And it tried to make it look like it was an accident, but it wasn't an accident. It was straight up an unaliving of somebody. That was a masculine energy. So yeah, I don't know if a person sent it. Let me ask, does it matter? Because now it's gone. Yeah, I guess for peace of mind. You know what? It could be attached to something that is attached to whatever village you guys come from. So it's something that originated there, and it just goes from, it's like a wandering, that's what it is, a wandering spirit. It wanders from like area to area, torturing and tormenting people, literally causing accidents. Like I'm getting like it causes bike accidents, it causes people to get hit by cars, like literally. That thing being gone is going to save a lot of lives of people, literally, that would have been taken out by it. And I don't even like to think that there's shit out there that exists like that, but it seems like if there's a temple in the village of where you come from, maybe not where you're living now, but where you came from, um, it came from some type of portal that was in there. Some type of god. Like what I think this thing is it's something that likes to imposter like it is a god or something, but it's not. It's literally just some type of evil spirit. But people, when they call upon whatever they're calling upon, this thing likes to answer. It's like a trickster. Um, there was this show called The Magicians. I don't know if you guys have seen it. If you haven't seen it, it's such a good show. I'm going to type it into the chat. But there was, when the magicians were doing this one spell, um, they were trying to call upon like this earth goddess or something. But what ended up happening was they summoned a trickster spirit that like unalived everybody except for like one person that summoned them. I'm kind of getting that it's like that type of energy. So it's posing like it's a deity, but then when it shows up, it wreaks havoc on people. So yeah, I do feel like it could, it's not the god which your villagers actually worship, but it's something that was impostering. It was pretending to be. It was answering basically to the call. But the thing is that this thing has deceived people for a minute. Like it's been deceiving people for a while. And so people are really confused why their prayers and their things are not being answered. It's because this thing was pretending to be a deity that it's not. Yeah, when we think about them as show interest, we accidentally call them into our space. Kind of like that, but this is more like a mantra or something specific to call on a deity that's done. Some type of practice. I'm saying candles and flowers. The Hermit, literally. So I'm just glad that it's gone, because it's not even from this planet. Like, literally, I don't know where the jinn come from. They're not from this planet. I don't get that it was a jinn, even though it falls into the category of being a shapeshifter. I did get Raksha, so it could have been a demon that's just parading around like as some type of deity. Go figure. Go figure. But you're going to be okay. Literally, whatever you're doing, the prayers and stuff, I would extend those to when you leave the house also. There is a goddess with whom your villagers worship. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I mean, it kind of feels like that it was pretending. Yeah. I don't think there's anything wrong with worshiping the goddess that you're actually talking about, but there's got to be a way that when you're sending these prayers or mantras up, that you know that you're hitting the right target. I mean, throwing in Psalm 91 could have literally been the thing that stopped this thing dead in its track, because this thing was getting more angry and more angry and more angry because it was trying to cause destruction. So I would just be, like praying Psalm 91 when you leave the house, but this thing is gone, so it's not going to be able to ever come back. Like when we get rid of something and boot it out, it cannot come back. There is literal spiritual law that doesn't allow it to come back. Sometimes if it's another type of spirit and you don't clear it all the way, it could come out. Yes. Yeah. Casting out negative energy first and then send out a prayer. Yeah, absolutely. I don't get that there's anything that's going to be a negative consequence. It's just a learning situation so that you can get to know, like, okay, if I'm calling upon a certain energy, if we shift your house to some other city, will it attack us there? Not if you do the same type of prayer. If you do whatever cleansing prayer you did, or if you had a priest come as well. If you do decide to move to another house, just do the same exact thing there that you did with your house where you're at right now, because there's nothing that can get in your house right now. And I do feel like that thing that we just got rid of was trying to get into y'all's dream state. And that's another indicator that it's not able to get into your house, because it's trying to come in through a dream. Because if it could just get into your house, it would just get into your house and start causing havoc there. I mean, that this thing was able to create fires where there would not be a fire and do a bunch of very weird stuff. So it's not like your house is haunted or anything like that. This was something that had been following your family for a long time. I think it was messing with me while I had it's really difficult time, because these things can tell the future and they can tell the past. So if they know that they're about to get booted out forever, they rear their ugly head up and basically try to escalate everything to a point. You've been called the lighthouse to the dead. Literally, you guys are, though. Your bright light attracts in, and go figure that you guys have a light that's so beautiful that it literally draws in beings that see that light. It's so weird to me how there can be like 3 dead people in the same room and they don't see each other, but they all see the chosen one or the medium. Yeah. Continue to never give these people whatever these beings are, because I don't know what to call them. They're not exactly. Oh yeah, the Raksha thing. Never give that shit permission. Yes, I have heard that ancestors can tell us about our past and future, but I don't know if I believe that. I don't know. I've never talked to a dead person that's told me the future, like, to be honest. Usually dead people have the same amount of problems as they did when they were alive, and they usually don't change a lot. In fact, being a medium, you get told a lot of things from dead people that you can't repeat because it's very offensive. But yeah, our ancient alien ancestors, they could probably tell the future. Most definitely. So Have you ever done any type of ritual for the person that was they're known as Petra in Hindu mythology? Have you ever done any type of releasing ritual for the person that was unalived in the family? Because I feel like we just need to cross this person over, because they were being stuck, like they were stuck somehow. And this is another thing that confuses me, is how do these deceased humans get, after they pass away, they get stuck to a demon, or they get oppressed in some type of way. Okay, I'm just going to cross this person over. Wow, that was a lot of, yeah, cutting cords. Yeah. Yeah. So interesting. I don't know what Petra means in Sanskrit, but okay, that feels a lot better. Yeah, there is still some type of energy that has to do with jinn, but they're not able to do what they set out to do. So whatever you're doing with the Quran is working. Like, it's definitely cutting cords. Now, the best psalm for cord cutting is Psalm 129. We're going to go ahead and read that together, because I feel like that is just relevant. Like, it's going to help. So it says, they have greatly oppressed me from my youth. Let Israel say, they have greatly oppressed me from my youth, but they have not gained the victory over me. Plowmen have plowed my back and made their furrows long. But the Lord is righteous. He has cut me free from the cords of the wicked. May all who hate Zion be turned back in shame. May they be like grass on the roof, which withers before it can grow. A reaper cannot fill his hands with it, nor one who gathers fills his arms. May those who pass by not say to them, the blessing of the Lord be on you. We bless you in the name of the Lord. Yeah, that's going to take care of the cords, any type of cord, to be honest. Yeah, may God bless us all, literally. I feel like your whole family is kind of in hermit mode. And there are just some families that have problem after problem after problem, but I do get that this is going to start to get better. The hermit energy also talks about, staying in home, being in isolation. I don't want you to be afraid to leave your home. None of you guys should be afraid to leave your home. Even though your home is your safest space, you know what I mean? You had a terrific dream. Yeah, you can share your dream. Absolutely. So yeah, this hermit mode is talking about many different things to me. It feels to me like part of the isolation's been necessary, because not like when you're empathic, when you are an empath, your mother or your father was an empath. I'm getting that you guys have both sides of your family that are empathic. So when you isolate your energy, you're basically cutting off from other people's energy. Yeah, your whole family's having lucid dreams lately too. That is so interesting. I seriously believe that dreams are messages. So yeah, this is talking about when you isolate, you cut yourself off from other people's energy, and then you can better look at your own self and what's going on in your house and stuff like that. So this hermit mode is not a negative thing. It's only perceived to be a negative thing, but it's actually was necessary for you guys to become more aware of what's been going on within and around you. And you guys are doing really well. You guys are doing really well. This thing was meant to infuriate someone. At the bottom of my screen, I was seeing something, but I'm not for sure what it was. Saw a glitch flash. It's totally weird. Totally weird. So this hermit mode is not a bad thing. It causes you to go within and get your inner light, and then you can use that to illuminate anything that's in the darkness. Now, had you been interacting with a whole bunch of other people, hosting events at your house and stuff like that, it would have been harder to come out of this isolation mode. So there was some type of ceremony going on in your dream, and then your mother entered the room, being carried like a goddess. Okay. And some spirit had possessed her. Then she killed an infant and drank its blood. Damn, that is sad. And that happened in your dream. Okay. Yeah. So okay. So I've had dreams before that are, let's just say, like, they're very disturbing. Okay. There are some dreams that are not met. They're inadvertently a message that there's something going on in the subconscious, but I'm not getting that this is something that's happened or something that will happen. You know what I'm being shown? I'm being shown the movie Constantine, when the girl gets possessed and she's pregnant and she's about to give birth, and Archangel Gabriel is like bringing the sword of destiny, satanic, exactly, right down onto the lady's stomach, and then Satan like freezes the moment and comes in and is like gonna drag Constantine to hell. I'm getting that it's something like that, but this is something that was fabricated, that is satanic. Now this dream reminds me of a dream that I had when I was living on the stupid Indian burial ground. But this dream, I was visited by this I don't know what to call it other than, yes, I know, and they're making a Constantine too. I'm so excited. Um, I don't know what to call this being other than like it's a goat and a person mixed together. And it was showing me all of these really disgusting scenes of like animal sex stuff going on. And this demon came up to me in the dream, and it was like, this is how you were made. Like, it kept saying that. I'm getting that this is like literally when a spirit influences your dream to make you get really afraid. That's what I'm kind of picking up on. But it is very satanic feeling. I mean, I know that, like, does Satanism happen all over the world? I'm not for sure. Most religions don't believe in Satan, from what I understand. I know. I hope it's as good as the first one too. Um, let's ask. Let's ask. Literally, I don't know if people worship. Okay. Do people worship Satan all over the world? Yes, they do. They practice various forms of Satanism, okay, around the world, but the term does not typically mean the worship of an evil supernatural being. Okay. But I get that these people were worshiping an evil supernatural being. So that's why your dream had that really, really weird tone to it. And it felt unnatural. And the first time you mentioned it, I was like, that feels so demonic. I was like, I don't want to look at that. Yeah, I get that that was a demonic dream, literally. A good thing that that's not a dream that's actually going to come true. And it's not a dream that was coming from another lifetime. So that thing was just trying to mess with you. Probably to get you to like this. That thing wanted you to be at discord or at odds ends with the people in your family. Make sure you guys like the video as you come in. Okay, so let's see what else the tarot has to say as far as inspiration. It was very demonic. Yeah, that's why. Yeah, so read Psalm 91 when you wake up in the morning and before you go to bed, but don't be afraid of dreams. Even though it was a nightmare, like I would consider that to be a freaking nightmare. Even though it was a nightmare that was influenced by an energy that was demonic, don't be afraid of that to ever happen again, because again, dreams, even though they may scare the crap out of you, they can't kill you. They can't actually do anything to you. Your partner had one with your son, doors, portals, and being chased by nurses from the past. How scary is that? There is a demon that likes to dress up like a nurse. I think its name is Volok. But yeah, you could have been dealing with that one. Seriously. Let's see what comes out with the tarot to give us more advice. But I like the energy of the Hermit. That feels like it was working. Six of Pentacles. So literally, Six of Pentacles, somebody was trying to put you in a lower state. It's almost like they felt like if they isolated you and your family, that you guys would fall into poverty and then you wouldn't have a household anymore. The thing is that these things can't get into your house right now. And when they were in your house, they were wreaking havoc, but they still weren't having the effect that they truly wanted. Yes. Yeah, no, we've gotten rid of that entity completely and totally. Actually, let me just make sure that it's not a different one. Okay, I'm just asking if the entity that gave you the bad dream, if it was the one that we just got rid of. And I'm hoping that it is, because hot damn, dude. Oh yeah, do you know about dream catchers, Gagan? Thank you, Girl Gone. Dream catchers, boom. Literally, they work. They work. So what a dream catcher does is it basically, you put it up like right above wherever your head is, where you sleep. And you can get, there's like all different types of dream catchers, but what they do is like they have a pattern on the dream catcher that's kind of like a web. It will actually filter out the bad dreams. So bad dreams and things that are like not meant for you to go through, those will get stuck on the dream catcher. And then you just cleanse the dream catcher with sunlight or sage. I would definitely be getting one for each person in your family, because it really protects from having that type of thing. And then from that point on, once that dream catcher is up, any dreams that would come through, then you would take those to be for sure messages. Yeah, it just kind of, it's like putting another barrier of protection up, but it really does work for me. And like when I had that demonic dream of these goats like effing a lady and stuff like that in the place I used to live in, I didn't have a dream catcher up at that time. So yeah, I would definitely invest. And you can find them fairly cheap on like, well, Temu. I wonder if Temu is still even going. Oops. Okay, so the entity that gave you that bad dream was the one that we just got rid of. Wow. Wow. I'm glad that it wasn't another one. Yeah, they do really help you sleep better, for sure. You have one since you were 7 years old. Wow, how lucky. Yeah, I definitely didn't even know about dream catchers until I was like older. But I've had one sit like for some time now, and it doesn't have to be a huge one. What was that Rakshana thing? Was it? Yeah, it was that thing. Again, I don't know if it's actually a Rakshana, but it was parading around like it was some type of deity, literally. No, not a deceased person. I don't think that deceased people can do that type of thing. Or I've never come across deceased people that can, like they can appear in your dreams, but as far as changing the environment in the dream and creating a scenario that is like false, I don't know if they have that type of power, deceased people. But yeah, definitely it was not human. Like definitely not human. Never was human and never will be human, whatever it was. So it feels like whatever you're doing with prayer is working, because that thing wasn't able to get in the house. That's why it was so pissed off. That's another reason why it was coming in the dream state as well. Because like, how am I going to get in? Damn, that's crazy. That's crazy. Look at this, the Four of Cups. Whoever was behind that, your gift started with dreaming. A lot of your guys' possibly will start with dreaming. the dead and other realms too, in astral projection. Yeah, you guys should be having good experiences in the dream state. Like not every dream has to be a good dream, but if they're all negative, like if you're going to bed every night and you're having like bad dream after bad dream, then that would be an indication that you need to get a dream catcher or do some type of prayer cleansing before you sleep, just so that you want to get your vibration up really high so that it makes it harder for whatever is trying to influence you. You even asked the Muslim priest, but he told you that it was just your own imagination. No, I do not think that your imagination would create something like that. And if it did, it would have been doing it your entire life. Like it wouldn't just be like a one-time occurrence. And that's what I thought too. When I went through my experience was like, did I I first thought was, what the hell's wrong with my mind? Like, why would I imagine that? But then when I saw the entity, like that was in the dream, like in real life, I was like, oh shit. Like if that wasn't my imagination, that was that being, that was its imagination. So yeah, it was very high ranking in the demonic realm or whatever. But yeah, it likes to trick people. But it's gone now. Welcome in, T1 Heavy Tank. I hope you're having a good day. So this Four of Cups energy, like literally, you guys isolating has kept you safe from this energy. I'm not kidding. That's probably one of the most worst like ones that I've come across. And I've experienced everything from like Baba Yaga to freaking like Bigfoot energy. That was probably one of the worst demonic energies that I've ever come across. And I don't know if it has, what religion it has to do with, but it seems like there may be people from the village that you originate from. You were totally disturbed for a few days. Yeah. You even had this dream this morning. Well, I'm glad that we justice. Look at that flying out. I'm glad that we just got rid of that entity. You should not have that dream again. Like literally. And consider getting a dream catcher, because a dream catcher would have stopped this thing. Like that's another layer of protection that they just can't get past. Yeah, bad energies puts bad visions in your sleep for sure. Yeah. Yeah, your ancestors and guardians would not give you a dream like that, especially when it has no purpose and really makes no sense. Look at this, justice. You guys are receiving justice at this time. Even if it's not physical justice, it is spiritual justice, which is just as important. Just as important. Literally, these people are dissatisfied with, they wanted to lower somebody's frequency here, is what I'm picking up on. Probably with greed and lust for power. These people are obsessed. They're used to using underhanded methods to get their needs met, but yeah, it's definitely was causing some type of crazy nuisance. And it was fucking, that thing was attacking me for a minute and I didn't know what the hell it was. I still don't know what it is because it's such a liar face fucking entity. Look at that, greed and lust for power, obstacles. See, these people are about to realize that they have secret opposition to the plans that they made. But yeah, you don't need to be afraid of leaving the house or anything like that. Just, wear something that protects you. That's what I would do. I would say get a Turkish blue evil eye amulet necklace. Turkish blue evil eye necklace. And wear that underneath your shirt when you go out. There's probably a lot of them that are pretty cheap on the internet. I would just be getting a few of them and give them out to your family members. That'll block the evil eye that comes from actual people. But you don't need to be afraid to leave your house, because literally you surviving this thing. Yeah. Just like negative thoughts, bad energies, dose. Yeah, to keep you from doubting yourself. Exactly. They don't want, and that's like literally, if they can cause you to doubt yourself, then they have basically won. Or if they can cause you to get angry. And I could tell that thing this morning after stepping on the charcoal, fucking singing bowl shattering. I could tell that that's what it was trying to do. It was trying to get underneath our skin. Oh, welcome in, Shaman Maria. I love the octopus. So cute. Look at this, 8 of Swords. These people are about to be indefinitely restricted. And I don't get that this is a physical jail. I get that this is like that, whatever that spiritual warfare was, this is getting this person like spiritually restricted is what I want to say. To the point where if they try to, first of all, if they try to drink out of your cup of happiness, or if they try to send this again, it's not going to even leave them. So interestingly enough, let's see what else comes out. This is going to be a spiritual restriction that these people are not seeing. They're not seeing this come forward. Look at this 9 of Swords. It's going to have them in the 9 of Swords indefinitely. The 8 of Swords to the 9 of Swords. Wow. Yeah, good energy will not give you energy to hurt you. That's exactly it. And your aunts, you don't have to be afraid of your ancestors either. They're here to help rather than hurt. And even if you've had ancestors that have not been that good at people while they're alive, they still, they still want the best for y'all's family. So it's like, I don't know what this person thought that they were going to achieve. Maybe they wanted some type of property or land or something. Doesn't always come down to something like that. They have to compete for something. Death. Oh my gosh. The 9 of Swords, the 8 of Swords, the 9 of Swords to the death. This person is not going to see it coming. Holy crap. Or these people, because it could be more than one person that tried to send up this spiritual warfare. And even if they sent this years ago, like for some of you, this will have been sent just last night. And for some of you, this was sent years ago. And then they just like do maintenance work on it. All of that energy is being sent back. Thank you so much, Fashionista. Don't forget to like the video, you guys. All that energy is being sent back. So somebody's going to have to answer for that, and it's going to put them in a spiritual restriction. Yeah, spiritual warfare is a great topic. And I think that it's, return to sender is the bomb today. I think it's just like why God allows spiritual warfare to go through is so that we can learn how to protect ourselves and how to overcome things. You know what I mean? If we never had any challenges, then we wouldn't know how to be a spiritual warrior. Look at this 8 of Cups. These people are going to have to indefinitely walk away from doing this, completely dissatisfied because you're getting over here getting justice. And the fact that you don't allow these people that do warfare to come around you is another reason that you're getting justice. If you would have allowed these people in, then they would have done the worst. Yeah, this could be the jealousy over you being somebody's child. And it could be something as well here about your own children being very powerful people. If you don't have children yet, when you do have children, you're going to teach them about spiritual warfare. Because they're going to also, just like you guys are chosen, your children will be chosen as well. And they'll have to go through certain, I'm going to call it spiritual initiations. Basically, it's just when God allows the spiritual warfare to go through. And the thing is, God is not allowing it to unalive anybody, but God is allowing it to have an effect so that we can learn how to fight back. And the way that we fight back is never actually fighting anybody. It's never going to be like picking up our fists and bringing war to anybody. Okay. Yeah, you know what? I don't feel like you guys are connected to the person that sends it. I feel like the person that sends this, they're not even in the same village that you're in. So, I don't feel like you're going to come into contact with them. This is not somebody that your family likes, and wow, I'm seeing that lady that wears red. This is not somebody that your family likes, and they do not communicate with this person. So if they send it again, they're going to end up in the death. It won't be you. Because they don't have this freaking entity doing its bidding. Or doing their bidding, I should say. Devil. Oh my God. Literally, this devil energy. Like the 8 of Cups, having to walk away from this devil energy, these people are going to be forced. Well, it was definitely a female energy for you, Gagan, that was sending it. But for some of you guys, whoever was sending this energy may not be a female. They could have been somebody that is just very jealous and envious. Oh, good. Ramen is so good. Oh my gosh, I love ramen. It's so good. It's like one of those things on like a cold day, you just like want to cuddle up with a bowl of ramen and chill. So yeah, this devil energy is having to walk away. Oh my gosh. Yeah, it's so good. I do feel like this is a learning lesson though. Like through having to deal with this entity, you guys have learned how to cleanse your energy. You've learned how to protect and cleanse your home. And now you're learning it's raining heavy now. Oh my God, that's like the perfect ambiance for having ramen. And so, you're learning how to protect yourself in your dreams. You're learning how to cleanse your energy. You're learning like all of this stuff is super really important. And don't think that you guys have to move to other houses. I feel like your homes are very protected at this time. Like I said, this thing was trying to get in and it's gone now. Thank God. Thank you, God. My gosh, seriously. So let's see what comes out for the future. The Hierophant, look at that. This just brought you guys up in ranking by like a lot. And now, Gagan, you will know when, well, first of all, you're going to get a dream catcher that will take care of the situation. But you just put the ramen package from your frog in the recyclable. That's so funny. So you're going to get a dream catcher and get one for your relatives. That's going to help them. And then just cleanse it once a week. You can open the blinds, let the sun shine in, and that can cleanse it. Or you can use sage or holy water. Yes, you have gone through a lot in a single lifetime. I know. But you guys are nearing the end of this battle. Like this was like literally a long war. Yeah, get the dream catcher. But now you know when a dream comes through that is from an entity, you're going to know exactly when that happens because you've just had that experience. That's why I say God is doing this for you, not to you. Even though it feels like it's happening to you, it's actually for your benefit. You guys are going to receive a good message soon that could be coming from somebody in the family. It could be coming from a lawyer, something like that. Or it could be coming from an angel saying that you've leveled up and that you outrank whatever this situation was. So it's basically like the end of a battle or a war. Even though, and the thing is that these beings, they want you to think that they're not doing anything so that you don't ever learn how to fight back against them, basically. And it's not fighting them, but it's just using prayer, using affirmations, working with crystals, and knowing that these things, they may be very powerful, but they're not more powerful than you. Okay. Especially not in your reality. And it's like when we believe that demons have more powers than we do, we are handing like the power stick over to them because they can only operate in the realm of what we believe. And if we don't believe that they can hurt and harm us, then it'll make it much harder for them to be able to do that. So that's what I've learned about demons, how they operate. They're definitely not more powerful than the Most High God. That's exactly it. That's why prayer is so important. And knowing when you're praying, know that your prayer will be answered. Even if it takes 5 minutes for it to be answered, just you getting it out and doing it helps. There was a cord attached to whatever this devil energy was. It has been severed. Look at this. You guys are too strong for this. Literally, your strength outweighs anything else's power. And it's because you have God that exists on the inside of you. These people, you may find out who they are because you may see that they become homeless. Homelessness may be their destination. Literally, the Five of Pentacles may be these people's destination. That's just like the bad karma that they get for trying to send that shit out. And the Ten of Pentacles, yeah. Whoever was doing this, they never ever thought that one, you guys would become aware, and they also never thought that they would get caught. Like they never thought that they would get caught, literally. That's crazy to me. How can somebody do something over and over again and think that they're never going to be caught up? Like life usually just doesn't happen that way. And the thing is that it should be illegal to do spiritual warfare on somebody else. It is spiritually. That's why these I don't want to say punishments, but being reprimanded for this, being spiritually restricted, somebody losing their gifts and abilities, that's not something I would wish on anybody. But out of anybody, these people that were trying to breadcrumb you, they kind of deserve that. The sun, not to be able to use their gift and ability to summon up some weird shit and send it at somebody. And like I was saying, the person that did this, they could have been also deceived by this entity. They could have been trying to call in a goddess energy for retribution or something. My God. I was just hearing the goddess Nemesis. Goddess Nemesis is the one who cursed Narcissus. If you know about the story of Narcissus, Narcissus was a very vain person. Well, there's actually two stories about Narcissus, but one of them has to do with Nemesis. He rejects the goddess Echo, and then he gets cursed by Nemesis, and he ends up falling in love with his own reflection. You have heard it. Okay, so yeah, he ends up falling in love with his own reflection and then wastes away. So that story could be relevant about vanity. These people were extremely vain, and the reason that they sent that, like literally, there's another account of the story of Narcissus, and this one is actually a little bit different, but it talks about Narcissus knowing a man named Amenius or something like that. And what happens is that he basically says, Amenius, if you truly are devoted to me and you love me, then unalive yourself and show me your dedication. And then Amenius cries out. Let's look it up. I read it last night, like literally. So there's a story of Narcissus and Echo, and then there's another one that it's about vanity, rejection, piety. Where's the other one? Yeah, a beautiful but arrogant young man who rejected the love of others, most notably the nymph Echo. And she was a wood nymph. So both of the stories have to do basically with vanity. And being vain is just like being very surface level, basically. So whoever was doing this was extremely vain. Wow. The picture they've got for Narcissus. So Narcissus is the origin of the term narcissism, a self-centered personality style. That is really interesting. It's now, I guess, considered a psychiatric condition marked by grandiosity, excessive need for attention and admiration, and the impaired ability to empathize. Interesting. That's crazy. So yeah, it definitely feels like this person was extremely vain. Yeah, it is Amenius. Okay, so Nemesis, the goddess of revenge, heard the pleas of the young man Amenius, who had fallen for Narcissus. So the gay relationship, he was in love with Narcissus, but was ignored and cursed him. Nemesis listened, proclaiming that Narcissus would never be able to be loved by the one that he fell in love with. Ooh, dang. After spurning Echo and the young man, Narcissus became thirsty. He found a pool of water, which in Ovid's account, no animal had ever approached. So probably already cursed friggin' water that we're talking about here. And then it says Narcissus sees his reflection, which he finds as beautiful as a marble statue, not realizing that it's his own reflection. Oh no, that makes it so much worse. Narcissus fell deeply in love with it. That is so funny. You guys, no, I did not know that he didn't know it was himself. Oh my God. Because maybe they didn't have mirrors or something. That is funny. Oh my God. That's both Tiresias' prophecy and Nemesis' curse came true in the same instance. Dang. Unable to leave the allure of this image, Narcissus eventually realized that his love could not be reciprocated, and he melted away from the fire of passion burning inside him, eventually turning into a golden white flower, which is called the Narcissus flower. Oh my God, that is crazy. He had a very cruel heart and hated all of them till he conceived a love for his own form. He wailed, seeing his face delightful as a dream within a spring. He wept for his beauty. Then the boy shed his blood and gave it to the earth to bear. Dang. That's crazy. Literally, he said, although Amenius is very persistent, Narcissus spurned him to give him and gave him a sword which Amenius used to unalive himself at Narcissus's doorstep after praying to the gods to teach Narcissus a lesson for all of the pain that he had provoked. Because again, show me your loyalty by unaliving yourself. And then you're like, well, how can I be loyal to you if I'm dead? Like, how vain is that? Seriously. Holy shit. So yeah, this was definitely for no reason. That's so crazy. Yeah, and it does represent as a flower now. That's so interesting. I love Greek mythology. Like literally, I think it's very interesting. Keep spilling water on myself. So these people, they're in the 10 of Swords. They're like literally, oh my gosh, look at this, you guys. Your creative goals are being realized and they're being fulfilled, which means this is coming to a conclusion here, which I think is the only natural thing for this situation to do because, like I said, unwarranted. Just like how Narcissus was like, well, if you love me, like, I could just see him be like, if you love me that much, then take a sword and unalive yourself and prove it. Like, what? That's psychotic. You took Greek mythology in school and you didn't know there's some of your guardians. Absolutely. You have a beautiful day as well. So it's just really interesting how that all comes full circle. All right, let's get a conclusion. 2 of Wands, you guys, this is good news. This is very good news. You're whatever you're working on, whatever you're seeding into is going to be very powerful and it's going to benefit a lot of people. In fact, you guys may want to write about this experience that you went through with the spiritual warfare because it's going to be able to help other people that are in the middle of learning about the same thing, right? I do feel like everyone in their lifetime will experience spiritual warfare at one time or another. And it's just whether we allow it to overtake us or whether we do something to counteract it, that it's most meaningful. Like, because this is purposeless, you know. I would love for you to write a novel on it. This was purposeless, basically. It was completely vain. That was sort of bedtime story for you, your childhood insomnia. Oh my gosh, that's crazy. I would never read that to a child. But look at this, the Lovers. So yeah, you guys have a love union that is worth having. This is definitely like twin flame love. This love union that I'm picking up on outranks all of these other people. When you come together with your partner, it's like literally fulfilling a prophecy. Emperor. And you guys have mastered your emotions, which is part of the spiritual warfare, because again, these people, they want to get you to hurt yourself or self-sabotage, but when you take the authority into your own hands and you take control of your emotions, then it basically doesn't give the devil a foothold. And it's okay to cry, it's okay to be upset, especially when you're going through spiritual warfare. Don't like try to suppress your emotions. Allow yourself to feel them, but know that they are being fueled by an energy. And so you can allow the emotion to occur without engaging in it, because it's like you don't fight spiritual warfare with spiritual warfare. So it's like when it comes to this type of situation, you don't fight it with doing the same thing that these people are doing. You fight it with doing the opposite by prayer, meditation, cleansing, vibration, singing bowls, that type of stuff. So it's never going to be fight fire with fire. It's basically fight fire with water, if that makes sense. Your parents bought you those books to read to yourself because they're so interesting, but they didn't know the contents of it. Yeah, I doubt that they would have been like, oh, this is a good thing to read before bed if they would have known all of it. Look at this, Queen of Pentacles. So this family member, this person, I mean, you guys are the Queen of Pentacles, but this is also someone that's in your life. You guys will remain down to earth and very open and in this healed state. Literally, it's like being able to get past this issue is causing a massive healing to occur. So let's see if we can get a conclusion. Well, I guess the conclusion is the Ten of Swords for these people. It's like what they send out, they will get. That's why you don't send out spiritual warfare. When they're sending out the witchcraft spiritual warfare, you don't go do witchcraft spiritual warfare against them. That's something it took me a minute to learn and realize. What you do is you make sure that what you're sending out is of a high vibration. Yeah, you usually try to control your emotions. Good. But since the past few days, you've been having restless and short-tempered. That's how I was very short-tempered this morning. First of all, the fucking fiery coal on the ground, and then the singing bowl shattering. I was like, what the fuck? Like, literally. All right, let's get one more card. But you're going to be fine. Oh my gosh, that temper will go away. And just know that you can control your anger. Yeah, look at this. You're going to be on the defensive. But the thing is that these people, they are not going to be able to defend themselves from the effects of your prayers. Like literally, your guys' prayers and your cleansing is like so much stronger than spiritual warfare. Like after these people have spent countless hours trying to send things to you. So for them not to succeed, they're not seeing this coming. Like literally, these people are not going to see this shit coming. And it's going to hit them when they're unaware. And it's like, these people are going to be like, oh, did they do spiritual warfare back against you? No, you just didn't accept that energy in. And knowing that when people send you stuff, if you can recognize that it's not yours, you can go, okay, I don't accept that. It needs to return back to the sender. All right. Thank you guys for making it to the ending of this reading. I really appreciate you guys being here with me today. Know that God loves you. Know that I love you. Know that the situation is getting better and it's resolving itself. All you need to do is keep doing positive things for yourself, and you're going to kick these people out of your energy forever. Okay. All right, you guys, I love you. I'm giving you air hugs and lots of love and support. Peace be with you. I'll see you in the next one. Make sure you like the video, tap that notification bell. Thank you, Nurkarim. You're amazing. And all that good stuff. Okay. I wish you a good day as well, you guys. God bless you. I'll see you next time. Bye.